Hello everyone. It's been a little while since we issued our last video, but it's become apparent we need a little help on an issue that's starting to affect more people as we've been longer into the protocol. It's been great to hear how successful everybody's been doing. And one of the first things I want to teach you is about just how to tell if it's working or when to make a change. Okay, so start your kid on the protocol with some fish oil and olive oil. And I'll tell you right off the bat, little adjustments in the dose of the fish oil and the olive oil don't seem to really make a big difference. Just get a good COC olive oil and halfway decent dose of the fish oil, as we talk about in the book, and that part is taken care of. That's not where your answer is going to be if you're having trouble. So when parents are showing up here, what I'm seeing is, they'll be on the protocol 6-12 months or something like that. My very first thought I have is, when I'm talking to the parents, are things getting better? They're not necessarily everything or the things they want to get better, but are things getting better? Meaning, they'll be like, oh, this is better, and he's socializing and that, and he's now listening, and he can go to his room and get his coat, and there's a whole variety of things. Just like there's this general kind of excitement about how the pace of recovery is significantly changed from prior to the protocol. And that tells me that really on a first blush is, and like I said, it's not really so much about the fish oil and the olive oil. You need that, but it's really, did the inulin or did the rifaximin / xifaxin actually balance the intestinal tract? Because if that doesn't happen, nobody gets better really much at all. And what I'll hear is they've been on the protocol for a year, and the parents are like, they're really hard pressed to tell me anything. They almost are embarrassed, like they're acting like they've done something wrong, and really they haven't. What the case is, either the inulin just never worked, which can happen even at 5. Okay, I know the book, I say up to 10 it works, and then whatever. You have to understand those are generalizations and general trends, but the inulin can fail early. Or the rifaximin, it's not that the rifaximin so much doesn't work, it's that the kids can rapidly relapse on the rifaximin. Now we're going to have videos on either of these I'm going to post today as well. Now there's a third option. I've had parents and they'll say, we've been on this for 6 or 12 months and he's not better. And now they'll be lots better. Like they're aware, their motor functions improve, they're sleeping better, the constipation goes away, and so forth. But the parents are still saying not better. And that's because they're often looking at two things, one of two things that are getting in the way of their kind of assessment. One is he's not talking. All right. Well, to start conversational speech, all right, you have to understand language. You have to understand the meaning of language, that it's important as a child. So so the child has to start to begin to recognize, hey, these words that mom and dad are saying are important, and they mean something. And, oh, I get it. When he says that word, that means my coat, and I'm going to go find it. They start to understand that these are not just noises that you're making, that they have meaning. And then they start understanding that this meaning is important. Okay, they have to get that first before they're going to say to themselves, I want to talk too. All right, so you can't expect speech to kind of happen until you see a very substantial improvement in receptive communication skills. They have to understand your speech. And then once they do, then you'll see in their face almost, and at times they'll start shifting where when you're talking to the kids, when they're understanding this now that they want to talk, they'll start looking at your mouth at times instead of your eyeballs when you're talking, because they're trying to figure out, I want to talk like you. How do I do that? So don't be discouraged if there's no speech yet. You've got to look for the receptive part to improve, and then that will follow. The speech will come after that. The other thing is socialization. All here, he's not better, he's not playing with anybody. And okay, same thing. There's an order to socialization, and it's all about kind of complexity and safety. So the first first person that the children are often safe with is mom. And then sometimes you'll have, so it's mom, dad comes home, kid's not even interested in dad, actually will shy away from dad. Then pretty soon the child is comfortable with mom, then dad. But they won't play with their siblings, or they won't even acknowledge there's a dog, a pet dog in the house. Then the siblings, okay? So now they start playing with their siblings, and then they'll actually understand that there's a dog, and they'll start petting the dog and that kind of stuff. But at this point, a strange adult, okay, is the next in line. If they come over, the child will shy away. So the next in line are strange adults, and the last are strange children. If you think about it from a kid's perspective, what's more kind of complicated, kind of threatening, unpredictable than somebody your size that's in your face, that's taking your toys and all that kind of stuff? So they're the last ones. And so you got to go first mom, then dad, then siblings, then pets, then strange adults. Then they'll start playing in the same room as other children, but not really with them. They're kind of doing their own thing. Then they'll start looking at the children as they're playing in the other part of the room. And then they start moving closer, and they'll even be doing kind of the same thing, but they're parallel play. And then at the end, they start playing together. Okay? So don't be discouraged if your kid's not playing with the other kids at school yet. You've got to look at these steps that they're going through. Okay? So again, my first pass, if there's no improvement at all across the board, we got trouble with either the Inulin or the Rifaximin, and we got to deal with that, and look at the videos for that we put up today. And then if you're having motor functions better, sleeping better, all these other things, but you still feel like nothing's happening, make sure you aren't falling into the trap of wanting speech to come before there's actually receptive communication, or wanting them to play with other children before they can even play or deal with adults. Okay? You've got to go through all these steps, and then that'll happen. So that's all for this video. This is Dr. Nemechek of the Nemechek Protocol, Buckeye, Arizona. I wish you all well, and good luck on hammering away and getting these kids healthy. Take care now. Bye.